All right, guys, the second IP just appeared. It took quite some time. Right now, it's still loading, but it's not going to find any more IP address on this subnet because it's just two IPs that are active, two systems that are active, which is my host only and my Kali Linux that are active on my host only adapter. So we are just going to end this process and we'll go straight into the bash script. So to create a bash script, you can use any text editor you want, but I'm going to be using mousepad. So you use mousepad to create a file called ipsweeper.sh. So it's going to open mousepad. And the first thing we are going to type is called a shebang. A shebang. That basically tells your computer which type of shell is going to be used. There are different types of shell. There's bash, which is short for born again shell, while there's the normal shell that was the first. Bash is like a extended version of the normal shell, which is sh, and that shell um, you can also run a file like this, and you use the shebang to select the shell that you want to handle the script. So if you run this script, the computer knows that it's a bash script that you want to run. So to type this shebang, we say #bin/bash. I'm sure you must have read somewhere where when people say everything in Linux is a file. So in most Unix or Unix-like system, that's how it is. So everything is a file. This actually points to the location of the bash shell. So that's what this basically does. Even if I was to remove this sh, the file is still going to run because this shebang is there to tell the computer that this is a bash file. So after the shebang, let's just save so we have some color. So after the shebang, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to use what is called an if statement. And this statement basically is going to check that the um, parameter that the user enters is not empty. So when we run this file, whatever parameter the user enters, it makes sure that parameter is not empty. So we'll say if, then square brackets, apostrophe, then $1. Okay, we need to put a space here, then, sorry, equal to empty. This says that, this checks that, is it empty? This $1 is just saying the first parameter that is entered into the terminal after the name of the document or the name of the script that I want to run. So that's what this does. So the next thing we're going to type is then. So if, sorry, there's a colon here. Then, so if the command, the parameter is empty, we are going to do this echo. I'm sure you know what echo does. It basically just says print this statement into the terminal. So we are going to echo error, enter target, then we'll echo again. And this time we are going to say usage, which is basically just telling the user this is how you use this script, ipsweeper.sh. Then let's just use 192.168.1 as an example. So when we do this, we say else. So if the parameter is not empty, we are going to do that for loop that we did earlier. So just watch. This time I'm going to put that and that was giving us a problem before. So we say for IP in sequence, sequence 1254, close the bracket, colon, do, then we are going to say ping. So we say ping that, so we send 1 byte, sorry, 1 packet of data, 192.168.56. Oh, sorry, we're not supposed to type in, I'm not supposed to type in the IP again because we want to pass a command in, right? We want to pass a parameter. So this parameter is what we are going to use. So instead of that IP that we were typing, we'll just say 1 dot then $IP. I'm sure you understand because this IP is the number that we want to be replacing, like I explained earlier. So after typing that, we are going to, use grep. And to use grep, we use grep to target the 64 bytes. 64 bytes. Then we use cut to use the delimiter first. Then the number of characters, the number of words. Then we trim it. Use the delimiter colon. So with this, we can now include that and that we removed the first time in the terminal. So you see that when we run the script, it will be faster. So we're going to include the and. You include the and done. So after that, we are going to use a wait command. This basically tells the system to wait for all the IPs to run first before printing this echo command that we are going to type next. Then we say wait, then we say echo. We echo super done. So this just tells us that it has searched all the IP addresses. So next thing we are going to do, we are going to end this if statement with an fi. So that's how you end an if block of statements. So that's how you create an IP sweeper. So let's run this. Let's see if it will work. We'll cancel this mousepad first. So to run this, we need to make the IP sweeper. We need to make it runnable, executable, so that you can execute it. So we use chmod plus x IP sweeper.sh. So that means we can now run the command IP sweeper.sh. So let's leave it. Okay. As you can see, we didn't enter a target. We even made a mistake in this enter target. Anyways, we can correct that later. As you can see, we didn't enter a target here, so that's why we are getting this error because we created this this check. So the program tells us what we did wrong. So we clear and do it again. IP sweeper, then we use 192.168.56. As you can see, I told you it's running faster because you can see it's super fast because we added that and inside the bash script itself. So the reason we weren't able to add it in the terminal, all the process IDs, those long list of numbers we were seeing are actually the process IDs, which means the multi-threading that we were doing was actually working, but all the process IDs were being printed to the terminal. So that's how you basically create an IP sweeper using bash script. If you want to learn more about bash scripting, how it works, a deep dive into bash scripting, like this video and subscribe. Share this video with your friends.